I started CrossFitting because I was looking for an activity that would keep my interest. I had done all the regular stuff like running and yoga, and I could maybe do it for a couple of weeks and then would get really bored. Also, I just was at a personal place where I felt like a victim in my life, and I didn't really feel like I had a lot of control even over my own attitude. So I was looking for something that would fulfill me, not just physically, but also with that kind of mind-body connection that most of us are looking for.
So tell me how you came to, because you started CrossFit in DC?
Yes.
Is that right? And how long ago was that?
I started there in November of '07, so
Okay.
about 2 years ago.
And then you moved to Austin.
Moved to Austin last March, and I then proceeded to CrossFit on my own for a couple of months, and it was terrible. It was pathetic. There was no intensity, and there was no community, most importantly. So I came to CrossFit Central looking for that. I knew that the rock stars of the CrossFit community worked out here and taught here, so it's where I wanted to be, and the community is amazing.
So when you, between first starting CrossFit and all the way up until now, what kind of changes did you see in yourself, whether it was, physically, mentally, emotionally?
I think, first of all, as I said, I really didn't feel very good about my life in general, and once I started CrossFitting, my self-worth skyrocketed, my self-confidence you couldn't touch me, and it helped me reclaim my life and really enjoy every aspect of it. My friends, my family, I was just overall a better person. And then in September of '08, my fiance passed away, and it's the lowest time that you could imagine to lose someone so close. And it was the CrossFit community that came in, and they were my family, and they supported me, and it was the one place I could go for an hour a day and get away from it and not think about it and reconnect with myself. And through that, I've been able to survive a lot, and it's because of CrossFit that I have the confidence in myself and in other people to make it through. First of all, I was a gymnast before, and when I was younger, and so I could always do flip-flops and stuff like that. And then I got to a place where even if I was still really flexible from yoga, I didn't have the strength to be able to do it. So now I'm almost 30 and I can do flip-flop series again, and that's really cool for me because it's something that I want to be able to do long-term with my kids and whatnot. So I now have the strength in the upper body to do that, and the muscles came back out, and jeans fit differently in a good way, and when you go to the beach, there's always someone who looks better or worse, and now I'm more on the better side, so that's good. See, so for the future, my family has a history of cancer. Everybody gets it, so for me, it's not really a matter of if I get it, but rather when. So I'm doing everything that I can now, especially with CrossFit. Does a lot of paleo eating, very clean food, and so that's how I'm combating that inevitable, you're probably gonna get it, is with good exercise and great nutrition. And then also at some point in my life I'd like to have a family, and as I'm getting older I know that variables change, so having proper nutrition and exercising and being in the best shape possible is the best way to ensure that I can meet those personal goals later in life.
And tell me about, you and Veronica have been pretty much dominating the whiteboard. And it's become really apparent since we started putting, the scores up online.
Yeah.
Would you say you compete with the other people in your class, just with yourself, a combination? What do you think?
I definitely know that if there's ever running involved, Veronica's gonna wipe me away. She's an amazing runner. I do mainly compete with myself. I get really excited when other people get pull-ups, and they've gone from their knees to their toes on push-ups, and it's a really supportive environment, less competitive. Sometimes I compete with her in my mind, but we don't usually work out on the same days.
And what would you say if you had to name a favorite WOD or favorite movement in CrossFit exercise? What would that be?
My favorite WOD is Mary because it's got handstand push-ups and pistols, which I just think are awesome and fun. Favorite movement is probably the snatch because it's so complex that it requires not only physical strength but a lot of technique and a lot of mental work on that as well to remember all the different aspects.